Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Just My Opinion podcast. Today we are going to be talking about the comedian popularly known as Caro. So I love this story because it speaks to starting from humble beginnings. I remember last time when we were talking about Libyanka and we said like her successes, but then we cannot really compare her story to that of an ordinary Cameroonian who has to start walk to the top from Cameroon itself. So the story is a little bit different. So that's why I love this story. It's like a story of an ordinary Cameroonian starting with what they have and making it to the top. So, hi Ambassador.
Hello people, it's your boy Ambassador again doing his thing.
So let's first look at this recent post which Caro shared on her social media page. So she shares this picture. There is she on a billboard. That's an MTN billboard. She recently became an MTN ambassador. So there is this other picture. Basically on the board it says no more ngeme, and ngeme means no more poverty. So ngeme means poverty, sorry. So then she has this caption which she shares. She says, "Now who send me this picture for chief of your care? Now chief don't call, they tell me say they need for Ta Mokorimbo Street." Okay, she goes on to say, "Guys, let this motivate and inspire you. I was just a small Yoke girl with big dreams and hopes. Are you an artist, actor, comedian, etc.? Please keep working. We can be everything we ever dreamed of. Do not be discouraged. Do not give up so soon because the world is watching and waiting for that perfect time. To all those who have stood by us and are still here, I say thank you. Work still day. Please do not stop. I love and appreciate you all for the support. This is for us. Love you." Okay. So, Caro, we know there's a YouTube channel, Caro and Copees, and where they have this hilarious comedy skits, and they're very entertaining comedy skits. But when they started, the amount of views they're having now, that was not always the case. That's the story for everybody who starts on YouTube. Initially you start, and then most of the time the views you're getting is probably you or your family members or your friends watching your videos. And so okay, I remember when I initially started on YouTube, I didn't know how YouTube counted their views. So this is me coming, and every time I would come and check to see how many views I had. Then one time I came and checked, I noticed I had 5 views, and I was so excited that I had 5 views. But then later on I realized that it was me who was clicking on the video to check every time to see my views. I was the 5 views. All the 5 views came from me. And that's the story with a lot of people who start on YouTube. Most of the time you start, you have a crappy camera, the audio is crazy, everything, lighting terrible, everything terrible. And then you keep on going. After some time, I remember the morning when I got up and I just saw the views were climbing, subscribers were climbing. I was like, what's happening? Yeah, sometimes it happens like that. You have YouTubers who tell you the stories of, I worked for 1 year to get to 1,000, and once people started noticing me, within 1 month I got to 100,000. You have a lot of stories like that. You have people who work for years to get to the 100,000, and then within 1 month they get to 1 million. So it's just crazy. But what you can get that it's in common with all of these people is a consistency, staying consistent. So Ambassador, what do you think of where Caro is right now and their journey so far?
It's crazy, right? Most of these entertainers in Cameroon, especially on the English speaking, I have a certain, how can I call it? Pride when I see them succeed, because I have seen them for a while. So I've always been behind the scene entertainment. I was involved in entertainment at one time, then I went behind the scene and things like that. Investing at one time, running things from my own side at one time. So a person like, I wanted to call her name, her government name, Caro. I saw her, there was an audition many years ago. I cannot even recall now when, but maybe like 2013 about, or 2014. I cannot recall when. And at that time, she was really smaller. It was for a certain series, and I was part of the panel who was selecting the actors. So, you know, like when, I mean, at the time, I just come back to maybe like 3-4 years about, I had my own things going. And when I walked in, the hall did not look like much. It did not look too serious, it did not look too professional, you know, like humble beginnings. I think even the series was funded by the lady who was trying to get things going. So you don't expect her to spend all the money in the casting when she has the movie or the series to go and produce. So I was part of the jury selection. It was just the two of us. That's myself and the lady who was going to produce the series. So you can also tell, like, when some of the young people, even for Cameroon standards, I think some of the actors had seen better. When some of them come in, they don't take it too seriously. And then some of them were some people were just saying, like, they don't want to, they're asking them to act out a role, and they don't give it their best. But I think there were like 2 or 3 of them. Caro was one of them, who I actually took note of her because she was smaller. I don't know if she was friends with the lady who was producing, because she was helping out a lot. You know, that kind of person who on set, I noticed like she would help to carry the chair here, do this, da, 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 da. Then she was also auditioning. So I don't know exactly if she was friends or she knew the lady who was producing. That's one thing that made I took note of her. Like, some of the other girls were feeling themselves with their makeup and everything. They go and sit in one corner. Maybe they're waiting for some PA to come and tell them, like, it's your time now or something. But she was just helping out left and right. And then when it was her time to audition, she gave it her best, scattered her body here and there, cried where she had to cry. So I really took note of her then. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so some of these people, and then I saw her now during the series, and I think 1 or 2 short movies or things. Then the whole Caro and Copees thing started off. Then I was just looking at her like, okay. No, usually when you see that, these young people, they have jumped left and right, they don't know what they're doing, they've come now to this one. Soon they will stop again. But they kept on going until started picking up some traffic. And then soon people were recognizing them now. And you can see when things are now better, she has started putting on weight. She's now sapping the kind of way. And they're like, those are just those indicators which, although Costa should not judge artists by their cars and their looks and their houses. But those are some of those things you cannot help but think, like, this person's life is surely better now. I don't know how much they have. I don't know where the money is from, but their life is surely better now. Yeah. So I saw her a couple of times. I saw her, it's not like I really know her one-on-one, but just somebody who you have taken note of and you have seen them here and there. I'm like, okay, this person now, not with her. I saw her here, okay, yeah, she's doing things here. So that's just it. And then now the whole Caro and Copees thing has blown up. I saw them, I think they went to Nigeria, they went to Dubai. You see her in award shows now. She's a success story by herself. So I'm usually it's not like I know them or they have given me anything. The last time I even saw her in Mountain Hotel, I was going to see a friend. I think they were in some room somewhere in Mountain Hotel. So she came down with Copees and they were going to somewhere, I think that hired something, they were with some car and they were going here. So I don't think she even knows me. I just went into my friend's room and we're talking and whatever. But I just saw them and I was like, whoa, these people are now, they were looking good and they were living at least a certain standard of life here. So I'm usually just very proud of them and just happy when I see it. Just like there is hope for many other people and this thing is working, it's possible here. That being said, I always want to also give that, ring that bell of alarm, which is, I don't know how much this endorsement deal is. I don't know the terms and conditions. I cannot say it's $1 million. I cannot say it can change somebody's life. I don't know. But I always tell our entertainers, once they open this door for you, give it your best and give double what is expected. So if the terms and conditions is you're supposed to bring, I don't know what, I'm just giving a random example, 1,000 customers or perform in 10 events, perform in 20 events, bring them 2,000 customers. Always try to give more than they have valued you as. so that by the time they come back to the negotiation table, if you have brought 2,000 customers and they gave you 1,000, you can comfortably ask for a 1,500 more. So always try to shoot above. I mean, some entertainers or artists here, entertainers in general, give them endorsement till they collect the money. They don't do the math as to why are you giving me this 1 million? What am I expected to give you back or bring back to the table for you to cash in? Because if you are giving me 1 million, you're a business, you're hoping to make at least 2 million from me. How am I directly or indirectly bring that to do that math where you're like, this is the indicator, this is the KPI he's working with, I should go towards this direction to meet his need. Don't just say my job is an artist, I will sing my song that I've been singing. If you don't know how to make your money from my song, it's your problem. No. It's going to move on to the next person, and that also creates a situation where artists are very disposable. If you are just another artist just singing, there are many people singing, there are many people, those fan base like you, which you think you have. And as soon as a beautiful girl now sings the same song like you, then they replace you with that beautiful girl. As soon as his cousin sings the same song like you, then they replace you with that his cousin. But if you come to the table and bring in some real value and even more than what was expected of you or more than what you were paid for, that gives you leverage, that gives you a stronger bargaining power. And so that's some of the things I just like to say, because our artists, you see people, I've heard many people come and share these deals, but somehow it does not grow. But look at Nigeria. I always like to look at Nigeria. Once Glow opened the door for Nigerian artists, they first started with this kind of package bundle deals, which did not sound like much. Then soon they started giving people heavy millions and exclusive deals and real brand ambassador deals. So in the beginning, they just have, because it's a business, they cannot just throw a large sum of money there. They have to test the waters. If you really give them their money worth, they are going to double down on it, give you more, you give even more in return, and that's how it's going to grow. But if it's not growing, it's because I think, as I said, I can only speak from outside. I think our artists are not giving the money worth of what the investors or the business people are requiring or requesting from them. And that's why some of these deals don't grow into the mega deals we expect and we hope to see in the industry. Secondly, I think it's a very good thing for comedy. I've seen Koi Longer did something too he did an interview on the Darling Younger show. I think the Darling Younger show should somehow partner with Chakarati because we are always referencing them and I think some huge publicity for them here. But I think they're also doing a good job here. As also somebody I know from way back too, and then I'm seeing her becoming really successful over there. So I saw him and he was talking about how he had his PhD, he resigned from his job. Now he's listing the various organizations he's working with and the money he's going to bring to the table and all of those things. And I was like, okay, if the artists and the actors want to be fighting and fooling themselves, maybe the comedians are going to show them how it really goes. Hopefully the comedians who I feel like they are like the third leg in the entertainment industry, they are going to work together and then use some of those good business and humble minds that they have. But I think comedians usually most of the time don't take themselves too seriously. Real comedians don't take themselves too seriously. So they're going to focus on the business and then their industry is going to grow. And then the others will learn from them. Although they might not seem to be the biggest wing of entertainment right now, but they might just have enjoy some success which the others have not.
You know, I'm just thinking about what you were saying, and I'm thinking like, I think one secret is getting to the ordinary man, right?
Yep, the man on the street.
The man on the street. So I'll give you an example. I went to my auntie's house. These are people who have nothing to do with showbiz, no concern about showbiz. There are songs which they know. There are songs which her kids know, like from the Kosi, because it's everywhere. So the man on the street knows this.
Yeah.
Caro and Copees, they were even showing me some of their copies. They were even showing me some of their videos which I had not seen, and so they were laughing and they were showing me like, look at this. Do you know this one? Do you know this one? Do you know this one? So
I think even the Caro and Copees don't know how big they really are. Because some of the things we don't have a culture. I was telling one event organizer, like something which I really want to invest on or in is like a campus tour or a region by region tour. because we don't like a character like Caro and Copees. Maybe they have not even gone to a place like Fumban, or they have not even gone to a place like I remember when I was doing some corn farm thing in Lobe area, for those who know Dian, in Bekura, in a village close to Bekura. And I've gone and rented some, you know, like where you have left town and you know that I'm in the outskirts of nowhere. And then I heard, you know, this kind of young guys who come from town and are like the stars in the village, and are just playing different songs, and all the young girls in the village are around their room, and their friends that are telling friends about experiences, places. Do you know Las Vegas? Do you know this place? And things like that. So I was just listening, and then they knew me like that grandfather who comes to, I was working like hectares of corn in that village, and they know like, okay, I have my money, but I'm not talking to people that much. And so they just like, they were trying to be familiar with me, but I was just keeping my guard because I just like to focus on my things. Till the day I heard them playing Young Time. And I was like, how did these guys get Young Time in this village? And all the guys, you know, like the younger guys in the village, you have to vibe to all the songs that are being played to show that you're also with the guys from town kind of thing. And they vibe into Young Time. And I was like, how Young Time is just a Young Time here in Boya? How do these guys, so those are some of the things where if they travel to the other regions, in Cameroon, but they just look at themselves based on what they see in film nights, how many people know them in Boya. And even the people in Boya cannot really value them because we saw them come up. So I just like, it's not Caro and Copees that were here like this. They came and ate that. I saw them that who are they? Things like that here. But when you go to a place where they never knew you, they just saw you as that star, that's where they met you at. That's when you really feel your worth. So I think it's some of the things we need to invest in. I'm really interested in investing in a thing like that. Going region by region, and then going with some artists, comedians, and things like that, so that the people really meet their stars and feel their stars, and the artists also feel their worth. And then now they can conjure or present their real numbers to the investors. But right now, when you go to some movie shows, or is it Kamif or whatever, everybody is a star. They cannot really make you to feel like a star. But go to that Yokoda Moyoka you're talking about. You see people writing their name, that tattooed their name on your body. That's how you understand that I'm really a star in this village now. So these are some of the things which they also need to look at to get their real number.
I mean, so that's definitely it. Like I feel like a lot of artists, I think Rafibi mentioned this before, there's this satisfaction with being known in the entertainment scene. You know, when I go to this party, everybody knows me in the hall, and you feel like I feel like you really can really test your real success when the ordinary man on the street who has nothing to do with entertainment knows you, enjoys your content, and shares it with other people. Because like most of the comedy videos which I see and go viral, they go viral on WhatsApp. So people watch it on platforms, they love it, they share it to loved ones over and over again.
Download it,
put you on their status. So that should be the goal, like getting to the ordinary man. So to
sponsors.
Before we talk about sponsors, I just want to say I love the trajectory in which Caro and Copees have traveled. I love Copees. Okay. I love that they started from humble beginnings. I love that they showed people consistency pays in whatever direction you decide to put in, and starting with what you have. Their quality of their videos at the start is not as good as the quality of the videos they had now.
They started always shoot around some Karabot house somewhere, which I'm sure even the owner of the house wanted to dash them the house, but they didn't know how to take it.
And it's like you start with what you have, and I'm sure the video that made them go viral was probably not a sophisticated, high quality video. It was a small video.
And they had a very good strategy. They always kept on involving other entertainers. That way they're dragging traffic from fellow artists. You see Pancha came there, Kosi came there, Young Time came there. Everybody was acting with Caro and Copees, and then the traffic was building.
So in order for them to be able to get all these artists on board, there was also the networking factor. So we will not ignore that networking factor. Like I see them at events, I see them hanging out with artists. That networking is also very important. So like there are a lot of things which as an entertainer rising to the top, you can definitely copy from Caro and Copees. So before we sign out, let's talk about our sponsors, Echo.online.
Yep, as usual, I'm here to highlight their matter. Echo.online is a platform built for African artists by Africans, adapted to the African problems, where we have issues of payment, we have issues of building our fan base. On Echo.online, you could get your link or your profile there and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and tell your followers on those other platforms to follow on Echo.online. That way you could directly monetize off your followers, off your fans. You could release your songs directly on Echo.online. They buy using mobile money or any credit card facility or any payment facility they have in Africa. And you could directly withdraw your money using your mobile money account. So you don't need to get somebody abroad to get your money and then send it to you or things like that. Get your money directly. It could also encourage artists to grow organically in the sense that you could release one song, you have 100 fans, they buy your 100, maybe 1,000 francs, you have 100,000 francs, you take 30,000 francs, go back to the studio, mix and master, use the other 50,000 francs to do your promo, and then you have more fans. Now you have 200 fans on Echo.online who buy your thing. So is that organic ecosystem in which you can grow and then have a sustainable growth model for your brand. So it encourages artists to build their fan base so they can monetize. There are lots of other features that are under construction, like being able to organize events, sell tickets, sell your merchandise, get bookings. All of those things are under construction. But usually I encourage artists to jump on board right now. I use the example of YouTube. Those who first jumped on board on YouTube became millionaires from YouTube because they had the best customer service. YouTube adapted to their needs. They had the first endorsement deals. Now the rest are coming just to pick up the crumbs. So jump on Echo.online, have this experience, share your success story with us. And as usual, you can contact the Echo team directly, or you can contact us to get to the Echo team, maybe meet some personal need you have, some questions you have, or provide you some support service with regards to the site. But I think it's a site worth paying attention to as they build and develop the various features that are going on.
Yeah, definitely. It's in line with our conversation, starting from the ground up. You're an artist and you want to start from the ground up. This is definitely a platform to be on, to build your fan base and, yeah, consistently grow as your fan base also grows. So thank you guys for watching. Let us know in the comments below what you think about the success story of these two talented individuals and what Caro said about the chief of Yoke calling her to talk about the road which needs to be constructed. I felt like that was really funny, and I don't know if it's a joke or if it's real, but it's something that can definitely happen. Yeah, because once you become successful, you get a lot of phone calls, people calling you like, we need this, we need that, we need this. Thumbs up to this video.
Be careful, Caro. Caro can finally collect money from him.
See?
Some plantains which she has bought from your car has not arrived today. So what wrote us?
Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up to this video if you enjoy our content. Subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button, and see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.